Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to the Deep Space Carrier series here in Elite Dangerous. We are in the Orca this week. This will be the last episode that we're doing this particular ship. We'll be swapping out to something in the next week. We're doing exploration activities nearby our carrier, which is on its maiden voyage to Colonia. In the last episode, we were doing some exploration on the surface of this planet here. We found some osseous spiralis, which was, pretty nice to find. But now we're going to finish up our time here probably with just finding some bacteria. This was a 6-body planet, but unfortunately we weren't able to find any of the other things that were supposed to be on this planet. So we'll go ahead and grab the bacteria since we're here, and this is a first footfall planet, which is going to help out with the costs, with the price of everything. But unfortunately, I'm not going to waste a bunch of time trying to scan around, trying to skim around, trying to find the other stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and move on with our day. Where's that bacteria patch here? Oh, cool. So you guys can help us out with reaching our next major channel milestone of 10,000 subscribers by hitting that subscribe button. The number only goes up if you press the button, so go ahead and do that now. Then when you're done watching this video, head over to the channel itself. We have more than 1,600 different videos on the channel organized in a nice, neat little playlist to make it easy for you to find whatever it is that you're looking for. I play a bunch of different games, so there'll definitely be something there for you. And then also click the like button to help the video spread out to other people so that they can, be exposed to the content as well. We are trying to grow, and every little bit helps. That's another spiralis there. That's our... Nope. All right. It's a big beast of a ship, so I mean it's not as bad as the Beluga, which we also do have available. Did I not? Oh, I was about to say. We also have the Beluga. There will be a week where we take the Beluga out and do this, so make sure you come and hang out for that when that happens. It won't be next week. I can only do one week of large ships at a time. Next week we're going to probably be in like the Eagle or something, because I can only deal with trying to land these big things for a short period of time. All right, we get one more sample of the bacteria, and if we don't find anything else on this planet, we're just going to go ahead and hop out of here, because I'm just not interested in trying to spend 15 or 20 minutes finding a single one of the other biological sources. I'm starting to think that we've already gone out of the realm of where the bacteria was too, so maybe let's go this way and start kind of backtracking a little bit and see if we can find what we're looking for here. Whoa, what was that? I saw what looked like some kind of a biological something. I thought. Nope, right there. Is this our Cactoida? I believe that it is. So as much as I hate dropping the sample, I want to see if I can find that last bacterial sample that we need and then maybe come back over here. So I'll run this way, and then hopefully we'll stumble onto a bacterial signature over here, and then I can just turn straight around and go back to where we were just a second ago. Maybe. Oh, there's more of them there. Alright, it's super annoying that I need one more sample and it just won't give it to me. So, and I can't do a bunch of twisting and turning, because if I get off course and I don't remember where I was, then I won't be able to find my way back to those. And then we're kind of screwed. But of course, the bacterial samples are we're just gonna have to give up on them. I don't want to lose. These are going to be much more valuable than any of the bacteria we just looked for. So as much as I hate to waste the time we spent on doing those 2 samples, I'd much rather get these other samples of this other stuff here and just do it that way. So it's annoying when that happens, but I don't know if I'll be... This area is so featureless that there's a good chance I won't be able to find my way back over to where all this stuff is. So I'd rather just go ahead and do this now like this. Alright. So yeah, we're going to have to give up our samples, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. I would much rather have these than the other one. Eventually. I know there's one right there, but I want to go to one that's in the sunlight so we can actually see what they look like, because I don't know that I've seen these before. This is cool. So what is this? Cactoida lapis, teal. All right, well, I'm going to record a screenshot of this and post that on my Space Screenshots Discord. Interesting Cactoida. There we go. Post that on there. I also have another one where I found 2 binary pairs right next to each other, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, that's a different style of Cactoida there. All right, let's get back to our ship here. We'll go scan 2 more of those, and then probably start heading back to the carrier. I do a weekly carrier reposition live stream. I don't remember if I said it at the beginning of the episode or not, but I do a weekly carrier reposition live stream every Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, where we do 3 jumps to move ourselves 1,500 light years closer to our destination, which for this leg of our journey is Colonia. And of course, now we're gonna see. Now we're gonna see. You see what I mean? This is the annoying stuff that just gets on my nerves. If I hadn't given up on them, then we would never have come across any more bacteria. But the moment I give up on it and waste my time, then it decides, oh yeah, we'll give it to you now. And now because I want to find more of those Cactoida, they're not showing up like they were. I think I just saw some right over here. At least I thought I did. This is so annoying, man. They were all over the place a minute ago. I don't know if they're just not rendering again. I see one here. Hopefully it's far enough away from whatever I was just looking at to be able to count as a genetic as enough genetic diversity to make a difference. It's really annoying because, like, if we didn't really travel that far and now the bacteria patches are there again, it's like, come on, man. Can you just let me have what I'm looking for? Alright, scan this guy. Okay, good. There's enough genetic diversity here for that to matter. So we'll scan this one and one more, and then we're going to start making our way back to the carrier. Because as I've said through the last few episodes, this is a weekend episode, and those tend to be shorter, so moving on. Okay. So that patch of stuff there is too close, but we'll go in this direction, and hopefully they will continue to show up. Oh, nope, here we go. Alright, hopefully this is the last one. Hopefully it's far enough from all the other ones that we've done so far, and we can finish up here, because I am kind of ready to go. Yay! Alright, cool. So now, I'm not even going to bother with the bacteria, because I don't care. We got, a couple episodes ago, we got the Stratum Tectonicus first footfall, so as far as money goes, and I'm not really hurting for money at this point anyways. So let's see, how many jumps do we need to do to get back to the carrier? What? 21 jumps. How did I get so far away? I didn't think I was that far. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess I might okay. We're just gonna have to book it back then.
Frameshift drive charging.
I didn't realize I was 22 jumps away. I don't know how I got that far. I need to be a little bit more careful. I don't really want to be any more than about 10 jumps away. Preferably, yeah. I don't really want to be any more than 10 jumps away, so I got to pay a little bit more attention when I'm routing these things and be sure that I'm not going too far, because 21 jumps is a lot. That's a lot. Like, I don't think we have enough time in this episode for me to do 21 jumps. Just, I mean, maybe if we do them straight, I don't really know, but I don't know.
System scan complete.
With this format of not like advancing ahead of the carrier, I'd really like to just end the week on that, because the day that this is publishing is the day that we're doing our carrier reposition live stream for the week. So you guys will watch this, and then a couple hours later we'll start the live stream and do our reposition. So for continuity purposes, I would prefer to end the episode on the carrier, but 21 jumps is going to take us. It's going to take us a little bit. It's going to take us a little bit of time. I don't know. I did a time on how quickly I could get jumps finished, but I don't remember what that number was. Let's see. I can look at the counter. I can look at the timer over here. So we're at 11:20 right now. So that will. The next time we pop into a system, I'll look and see what the thing says, and then we'll be able to figure out. So it was 11 minutes and 20 seconds of recording time right now when we hopped into the system.
Fuel sweeping complete.
Charging our frame shift drive. I mean, a lot of it depends on your fuel scoop and your ability to do it efficiently. The charging of the frame shift drive is standard, so everybody has that. But and then the other thing is your internet connection. How quickly can you load the next area? So I think, yeah, it's going to take us about. We're already at 12 minutes now, so it's going to take us. It's going to take us about a minute for every jump that we do. So definitely don't have enough time to get all the way back before this episode is finished, which kind of sucks. I really would have preferred to do that. We have 18 left. I mean, technically, if I go ahead and just do... I have to do the jumps anyway, so I guess I might as well just make this a full-length episode, and then we can end it on the carrier, which is how I would prefer to do it. So now I got to think of something to talk about to pass the time, because we still have 17 minutes left to go. So I guess I'll talk about my RV channel then. I did start my RV channel a little bit ago. I have videos scheduled all the way out until late November, early December. They're not professional or polished or anything like that. It's mostly just me talking about my trailer, talking about my plans for the future, you know, things I would like to get done to get it ready for those plans. I talked about my truck, talked about a bunch of different other stuff. But since we have to sit here and kind of hang out for a little bit, and I don't really have much to do, I guess I can kind of talk about some of that stuff. So, I've been living in my travel. I bought my travel trailer back in, I think, 2018 or late 2018, I think. And I bought it brand new, and I've been living in it, and I lived in it for a couple of years. And then I married my wife, and then I moved in with her, and then we moved to Mexico, and then we moved back to the San Diego area, and moved back into the trailer. So we've been living in the trailer since February. And you know, our hope is to kind of get on the road and be able to go and travel and see the country. Unfortunately, I'm still working on trying to figure out a mobile income source that will allow us to do that, but you know, that's something that we just have to keep trying. One of the reasons I've been doing this channel and then I started the RV channel is that hopefully I can build. Are we going? I'm just hoping that we can get to the point where I can build both of those up into something that makes us enough money that we can afford to travel. So that's the goal and the dream and all of that. But I have several challenges that need to be overcome outside of just figuring out a way to make money in a mobile fashion. My truck, I have a 2010 F250 diesel with a 6.4 liter in it. And if you don't know anything about trucks, that means nothing to you. But if you do know anything about trucks and you do know anything about diesel engines, you know that the 6.4 turbo stroke diesel is not exactly the most reliable engine in the world. It's better than the earlier 6.0, but it's still one of the crappy engines that were made by Navistar before Ford decided that they were going to swap over to making their own engines again. So you know, it's already kind of an unreliable engine, and then I bought it with 500,000 miles on it because it was the only truck of that size that I could actually afford. Like, it's the only one I could find that I could actually afford. And I need, with the size of the trailer that I have here, I need a big 3/4 ton truck, at least a 3/4 ton truck, if not a 1 ton. So I bought the truck, and you know, it drives okay, but it just leaks oil really bad, and it has a really old engine, and I have to get it I either need to get it rebuilt or I need to get it replaced, and that's a serious expense. But when you sit down and you do the math on even just, you know, trying to trade over to a newer used big truck like that, it's still like 4 or 5 times more expensive than just replacing the engine. So I'm just like, I kind of want to just replace the engine, suck it up, spend, you know, $10,000-$15,000 maybe replacing the engine with something like a used engine. Like, if I could find a used engine, I could probably replace it for $10,000-$15,000, something like that. And then I have a reliable truck for the next 10 or 15 years, right? So, you know, that's my thought process on all of that. But it's one of the major obstacles I need to overcome. And then outside of that, I need to get to the point where I have my trailer ready to go, because I don't want to have to make tons of money to do the traveling that I want to do. I want to get my trailer set up in a way that allows us to do mostly boondocking, which is, you know, for those of you who don't know, it's taking your RV to a place where there's no services provided. So you have to bring your own water, you have to have your own electricity and all that other stuff. And, you know, it requires preparation. It requires that you to prepare your trailer to be able to do that. So, you know, there's a lot of money that needs to be spent putting solar on the trailer, you know, getting a generator, figuring out water, and, you know, converting certain things to different kinds of things so that you can, you know, go out and stay in places that don't have services for extended periods of time and still be okay. So just a lot of little projects that need to be done to improve the trailer, several repairs that need to be done on the trailer to, you know, fix things that either were broken for whatever reason or just wasn't installed properly. The problem with RV manufacturers is that they're in such a big hurry, and these are such complex things that are put together by hand, that a lot of mistakes get made, and a lot of things are put together in an incorrect fashion or just not put together the way they are supposed to be put together, and you as the end purchaser are more or less responsible for just fixing that crap yourself, because trying to take your trailer back to the dealer or back to a repair place to get it fixed is one of those things where you're going to end up leaving your trailer there for probably a few months, because they're so backlogged on trying to get things done that you have to drop, and most of them will not do something to the effect of scheduling a repair and then you drop your trailer off. They want you to drop the trailer off so that whenever they get to it, they get to it. So as somebody who lives in my trailer, it's not an option for me. I can't drop my trailer off for 3 months waiting for them to fix something that they were supposed to fix. So I think the biggest major flaw in my trailer was the fact that the water tank fell out of it. Like the water tank like completely fell out of it. And the funny thing about that is just the fact that the trailer never moved after I bought it. I bought the trailer. I didn't have a truck at the time. I had a friend with a big truck who came and picked it up for me. And then I moved into the trailer in the trailer park that I was going to be living in. And I ended up staying there for a couple of years. But I wanted to use the water tank and the water pump in my trailer because, you know, I like decent water pressure when I'm taking a shower, and the place I was living didn't really have good water pressure. So I wanted to use my water pump because the water pump in my trailer has really good water pressure, and the showers that I get when I use that they feel pretty good. I like being able to just like blast myself off. So I would fill up the water tank and then use the water and then fill it up and then use the water and just keep doing that over and over again. And eventually that process caused the water tank to break the OSB board that was underneath it, and it fell out of the bottom of the trailer into the covering that was on the bottom of the trailer. And fortunately that covering held, and the tank didn't completely fall all the way down to the ground. I can't even imagine what it would have been like if I'd been driving down the road with water in the tank and it just fell out of the bottom, and then my tank just gets completely like left on the freeway, and all my water hoses and stuff get ripped out, and like that would have been a really bad thing. I'm really glad that when it happened in a place that was the best possible option for it, because that would have sucked. That would have sucked bad. But yeah, things like that, just bad craftsmanship. I mean, Winnebago isn't exactly like a premium brand, but it's also not necessarily one of the crappy brands either. Like, it's a well-known, established brand, and you kind of expect them to do a little bit better of a job than they did. And there's several things on the trailer that just, I'm really not happy with the way that they put it together. I'm really not happy with the fact that it broke as quickly as it did, because most of the things that broke, I know I'm living in my trailer, so I'm using it a lot more than the average person would be. But at the same time, you know, those things broke really early in the process. My water tank fell out within the first year. Like, how are you ever supposed to drive down the road with any amount of water in there if it's just going to fall out being stationary? Like, that's kind of ridiculous. So, you know, it's an older trailer now. 2019 is five years old by now. I mean, I guess that's not older, but you know, it's not brand new anymore. It's developing issues. Oh, the biggest problem that I ended up having with it was the bottom of the slide. I have a big 13-foot slide. I'm actually sitting in it right now, facing the window. One side of the slide was leaking. The water would drain down the side of it, and it would get into the plywood floor of the slide, and that ended up causing the plywood to delaminate and start separating. So now whenever I open up my slide and close my slide, it scrapes and creaks and cracks. And I put some tape, some exterior, there's like Eternabond tape. It's this sealing tape that you can put on your RV that's super crazy strong, and you use it to seal up areas of your trailer that you don't want water to get into. And I just did like a half-ass kind of fix to, you know, just seal it up so it didn't get any worse. The problem is that when I open and close my slide, it rips that tape up, and like there's nothing I can do about it. So the only real solution is to cut the wood out, replace it with something else, and then just put it back in a way that makes it fully sealed. I don't want to, because that's gonna be a major pain in the butt project, and I don't feel like I have other projects I'm trying to work on that are more important to me right now. So yeah. Lots of things that need to get done with the trailer before it's really ready to go. Not the least of which is just getting my truck ready. But if I can get the rest of that truck, it's a 2010, so it's only 14 years old, and for a truck that's not really that bad. And the truck overall is more or less solid. The paint on it's flaking off, which really sucks. But you know, it's even with the problems that the engine has, it drives fine. It tows the trailer just fine. I forget the trailer, like the few times that I've towed my trailer, I forget that it's back there because the truck is just so solid. So if I can just get the engine situation figured out, then ideally we'll be all ready to go. At least, you know, from a towing vehicle, from a towing perspective. Obviously, still have the other issues like money and everything else. But, you know, if I can get this YouTube thing going to the point where it actually starts doing something, I don't know. We'll see. I think it would be cool to be able to do like a couple of YouTube channels to support us on the road. That would be really nice. I'm at the point in my life where I'm not interested in normal jobs anymore, because I hate daily grind crap. I get bored really easily. And so I'm really hoping to find something where I can just kind of make my own money. And YouTube seems like a possible way of making that happen. The odds of it are really small, but if I can make it work, it could be a pathway to getting where I want to go. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't know. So what? We're down to 5 jumps. It's actually kind of impressive how quickly we moved through all of those. It was clearly less than a minute apiece, so that added up over time.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
All right. So yeah. That got us through a significant portion. My babbling got us through a significant portion of that. It took me a little while to do that. But oh yeah, okay. So the RV channel itself, you know, right now I'm mostly just doing videos talking about my trailer. But I think at some point in the near future we're gonna have to suck it up and start doing some informational videos about the San Diego area to get our catalog of informational videos started. Because you know, one of the things that any good RV channel is going to do is it's going to show you the places that you can't see yourself, and so I have to figure out what we're going to do, what things we want to go look at, Because the thing is that I've been living in San Diego for a very long time, so there's nothing that really calls my attention, because I've kind of seen it all. So I got to think about, you know, what would people want to see, what would people want to hear about, what would make an interesting video, and then we have to actually go and record videos for that. So we got to start thinking about that. But my plan is in addition to just the technical stuff I'm doing on my trailer, to also do some, you know, on-location history of this kind of videos and talking about what's there and what's interesting about it and that kind of stuff. So hopefully we can get to that point here relatively soon. I need to get a microphone though that I need to get one of those lavalier microphones or whatever, so that we're not relying on the phone audio, because that's kind of hard to deal with. Right, we should be getting pretty close. I think we might have 1 or 2 more jumps left. Get this thing landed, and then we'll be ready to do our weekly live stream in a couple of days for me, a couple of hours for you guys. All right, so we got this one here. All right, I'm just gonna go down because the size of that star is causing it to take forever to just get to this fuel scooping part. Alright, so we got 2 more jumps. 2 more jumps, and then we can go land on the carrier.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
So yeah, I think we're going to do the Eagle next week, just because I want to go from one extreme to the other. Have something super small and nimble and like fun to fly around. This thing is cool, but and for a large ship, it does handle really, really well. Like, I'm not looking forward to the Beluga. It's gonna be a massive pain in the butt to do anything in. But the Eagle, that's gonna be pretty sweet, I think.
Warning. Temperature critical. Fuel sweeping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, get ourselves popped over 1 more, and then we're ready to go. Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Now, I keep thinking that the fact that we don't have the Super Cruise overdrive on this ship is going to make things harder, but realistically, the carrier is going to be pretty close to the star, so ideally the Super Cruise overdrive isn't really going to help us anyway. It's 12 light seconds away. By the time the Super Cruise overdrive actually meaningfully starts doing anything, we'll have overshot it, and I would not have had time to turn it off. All right, so get it down to 7 seconds. 5 seconds. We're close enough that I could just push it right down to 5 seconds, I think. And we'll get our Super Cruise assist quick drop. Start wiggling the stick around as we get closer to hopefully keep it on the center line target there. Get ourselves done like that. Then we wait for 7.5, get our docking request in.
Greetings, Commander. Please be mindful of other
Get
ships
the landing
around the
gear
area.
out.
Access granted. Please follow standard docking procedure, Commander.
Landing gear deployed.
Looks like we can just flip ourselves around here. I have to say, of my large ships, this one's the most fun to fly. All right, so that's going to go ahead and, well, hold on. I was going to say that's going to go ahead and do it, but we need to sell off any of the data that we have here. So let's first go to Universal Cartographics. Eventually, I don't know why this takes so long. It's a spreadsheet. I've never understood why it takes so long to collect the data for this. It's a spreadsheet of information at best. Alright, so now we can disembark. We'll go to Vista Genomics, see how much money we made, and then we'll end the episode. Which unfortunately is going to push us past the 30-minute mark, but whatever. Let me out. Oh, we gotta wait for the roof to close. I always forget about that part. It's convenient, though, that the thing there puts us right facing the hangar. A lot of times you get out of the ship and you're not sure which direction you're supposed to turn, because some ships have you get out in the front, some ships have you get out in the back, and you're facing a different direction when you do that. So it can be a little bit disorienting sometimes when you're trying to figure out what direction you're supposed to turn. So you end up getting out of the ship and you're like, wait, am I going this way or this way? All right, Vista Genomics. Let's see. I know we made at least 120 or at least 90 million.
I hope you have some more. Our research is
Let's
always
see.
welcome
What
fresh
do we
data.
have? 37 million before any of our bonuses. We made ourselves a cool 187 million credits on that trip. So that's pretty
Thank you
awesome.
for-
All right, so we're going to go ahead and call that an episode. Hopefully you guys had fun. Be sure to click that like button if you did so the YouTube algorithm knows and shares the video with other people. Subscribe to the channel to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join the channel as a member if you'd like early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip, the thanks button. So again, thank you very much for watching this episode of the Deep Space Carrier series here in Elite Dangerous. Be sure to come back later for our weekly carrier position live stream. And after that, we have another week of exploring to do. So thanks very much for watching. Be sure to come back for the next one, and I'll see you then.